Hello everyone, it's Friday night. Oh my goodness, another one. They just keep rolling around, don't they? Hello everyone, I'm just looking in the comments and we've got a nice group already, so that's awesome. It doesn't actually say there's anyone watching, but I can see that you are because you're in the comments. So Cookie's here, you can hear him chirping away up there in the corner. I've got the doors closed, so the cats shouldn't bother us tonight. They're actually out with Dad and Ben. We've been trialing a new feeding system and they seem to be doing better with it and not demanding food in the middle of important things like live videos, for example. So that seems to be working. Ellen, did you get your grocery shopping done? I was at the grocery store, an hour and a half ago, and there was Ellen. We ran into each other. So there you go. Hey, Glenda. Hi, Monique. Nice to see you all the way from the Netherlands. Hi, Rose. How are you feeling tonight? Have you had a good week? You said it's cooling down quite quickly. Yeah, it is. I know. Today was a beautiful, warm day. We've had so many beautiful, warm days, and I'm very grateful for that because our dryer broke down this week, our clothes dryer. And that means this afternoon had a run to the laundromat to get everything dry. But hopefully by the end of next week, we should have a dryer working again. So yay. But if it's going to break down, perfect time for it to break down in the middle of a really, really dry winter. So it's not bad drying weather, really, except I don't like towels. Don't like towels done outside because they're all scratchy. Who likes scratchy towels? Someone told me the other day they like scratchy towels. And I'm like, no, not for me. Anyway, all that aside, we're here to get some crafting tonight. So get our crafting on, and I'm going to show you some new things. Hello, Joan. Who else have we got? Cindy's here. Leslie's here. How are you doing, Leslie? You feeling better? I hope so. Are you on the mend? Hi there, Donna. Lovely to see so many people. Hi, Margaret. I think you've been in and out all afternoon, haven't you? Anna, hi. Nice to see you from Virginia. And it's early over there. You said perfect way to start your day before getting ready for work. So poor Anna is up at 5:30 a.m. where she is. So that's an early start. All right. Hey, Michelle from New Zealand. Hi, Deb. Nice to see you. Really, really good to see you. You hate scratchy towels too? Yeah, me too. It's like wiping yourself with an echidna. And we really don't want to do that. That's what it feels when the ones that have been on my line. Hi, Gail. And Christine, hi, nice to see you. We've had so many. If I've missed anybody, I am so sorry. Oh, Solvega, I did miss somebody. And I'm sorry if I've missed anyone else. There's probably other people that I've missed. So my apologies for that. Oh, good. So you are making progress, Leslie. That's good to hear. You don't want to have to go through that kind of procedure very often, do you? Goodness me. A lot of pain. Hey, Denise, nice to see you. You're doing Dry July. Oh, it means we might have your full attention tonight, Cindy, if you're doing Dry July. I'm not doing dry July, just for the record. Not even attempting that. Not that I drink very much anyway, but occasionally I don't mind a little glass. Okay, so let's get started. We have got on the 6th of July, so not Thursday just gone, but the one before. Is my chair fixed? No, it's not. I'm using one of my classroom chairs, which are also our dining chairs. We move them in and out of the room depending on whether we need to eat or craft. And no, I can't promise anything either. And Denise is also not doing Dry July, so we're doing it together, as in not doing it. So there we go. Actually, Aldi had a special on limoncello, and I got some last week, so I came home and had that instead. Just a very small little tiny weeny glass, and it's not bad either. Okay, all right, let me switch over. I'm going to be talking all new stuff tonight. So we have got new online exclusives. Now, before I start with these, I just want to explain the whole point of online exclusives. So 3 times a year, we have new catalogs come out. Okay, we have one comes out in January, one comes out in May, and one comes out in September. Now, on the in between bits, so May, then in March, I've got to get this right, March, July, and November, those months not much is happening. So what they're giving us in those months is something called online exclusives. Now, the online exclusives, you can order them through a demonstrator, okay? You don't have to go online to order them, but you do have to go online to see them, or you need to see a demonstrator demonstrate them. And so I'm going to be playing with those for you tonight because I love them. I think we've got some really, really cool things. And I'm actually going to be doing a couple of things that you haven't seen me use yet, and one or two things that you have seen me use. So you don't drink alcohol, Donna? Well, good for you. I hope I don't. Yes. Michelle made a very good point. She hopes I don't lose anything tonight for the dry July participants. Mind you, you don't have to be drinking alcohol to have a drink when I lose something, right? You can just go with something, you know, your favorite beverage, whatever it might be. It might be tea. It might be hot chocolate this time of year. Who knows? And Monique allows herself to drink in December. We've all got our thing, haven't we? All right. Hey, Susan, nice to see you there. All right. So I'm going to switch over to an empty desk. Here we go. And just make sure it's all straight. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is pull out a couple of things to show you. So one of the things I showed you already was the beautiful horse and sleigh. It's actually called One Horse Open Sleigh. One Horse Open Sleigh designer series paper. It's 6x6. Really, really nice. Okay, lots and lots of great colors, and there's scenes. There's lots and lots of magic happening. Now, when I first opened this, and most of the people I've spoken to see this as like a white Christmas, wintry Christmas kind of thing. But I'm here to tell you tonight that you don't have to use this for Christmas, okay? So I have been playing around with something that I thought was really cute. Do we want to see the card? Because I've already got a card made tonight that I'm going to make again. Or do you want me to make the card and then have the surprise at the end, okay? The paper is great, Monique. It's really, really lovely. The problem here in Australia, I would say 50%, pretty close to half of the people that I talk to do not like wintry Christmas stuff. Our Christmas is warm. So a lot of people feel that having wintry Christmas stuff goes against the grain. Then again, I was brought up on a healthy dose of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all sorts of fun little Christmas specials in the snow, you know, jingle bells, all the stuff. And because I was brought up on that, I don't really have a problem with wintry Christmas, but I understand why people do, okay? Oh, you'd like first, all right. So we have some people saying surprise us and some people saying sneak peek. Okay, here's what we're going to do, all right? Michelle wants to be surprised. So, Michelle, you're going to have to look away in a minute. I'll tell you when to look away, okay? And anyone who wants the sneak peek can watch and see what we're making. Hi there, Jenny. Does your head in if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing? Well, I'm going to show you. So if you do not want to see the project at the beginning, then you're going to have to look away now, okay? Do not look. Here's what we're making first. All right. One of the things about, so this in the background, don't look yet, Michelle, okay? And anyone else who doesn't want to see, I'll tell you when you can look again, all right? So this paper, okay, is actually, did I actually use, I think I've used all this paper out of this pack, all right, because I've got a big class later in the week. But this to me doesn't look like Christmas, okay, because it could be a bush scene, you know, this could be a gum tree, absolutely. And we've got another tree, and I'm going to get that paper out because I know that's the one I want to use tonight. That this one absolutely looks like it could be a gum tree. Couldn't that be a gum tree? Definitely. Okay. So, all right, I've put the card out of the way now. So you're going to see pretty quickly what it is anyway, because we're not doing anything earth shattering. But what I did was I made this as a Father's Day card. Okay. Right, exactly. Cherie's saying it's not Christmas, but winter. So for anyone who doesn't know, if you're over in overseas, if you're in Europe or in America, you guys have your Father's Day, I understand, earlier in the year. I think it's like June, something like that. But in Australia, Father's Day falls in September. Okay, exactly. Santa is coming from the snow. I know, right? And he's wearing a big red suit because he's cold, right? So yeah. Did you peek, Michelle? Did you peek? So what I thought I would do is I'm going to create my little truck scene. My truck is going to be in the bush, okay, in front of this lovely big gum tree here. What sort of gum tree do we think that is? I think that works. I think it works really well. Oh, yeah. Is Jody in the background somewhere? Is she? Is she hiding tonight? All right. So the set that I wanted to use with this is called Trucking Along. It's new, and it has a matching punch. We love matching punches and stamps. Well, I do. I have a real thing about matching punches and stamps. Just love them. All right. Now, what's nice about this set is it can be Christmas. So you've got a wishing you a festive Christmas greeting here. And then you've got a Christmas tree that you can pop into the back of the truck. All right. That's really cool. But then we've also got some palm trees. This one says sending you sunny thoughts. So the truck could have palm trees and beach gear in the back. We've got special delivery, farm fresh. We've got some presents, which could be for a birthday. We've got some flowers. We've got all kinds of stuff in here. So you can have a lot of fun with this set and not just Christmas. So that's why I like this. I think it works really, really well. And I love the punch. Now, I've done a really fun thing for the next craft along. Actually, the next craft along we're doing, we're going to be working with window sheets. All right. I haven't decided what to call the class yet. I mean, working with window sheets doesn't sound very exciting. Maybe you guys can help me find a really great name for it. But it needs to have a really cool name so that when I pop it up on YouTube, lots of people want to watch it. So put your thinking caps on and you guys can help me name what this craft along should be. So I thought if I put window sheets and acetate in, because a lot of people maybe don't know that Stampin' Up call their acetate window sheets, and so they might be looking for things they can do with acetate, and I can maybe have both those things in the name. So Window Wonder. Ooh, that's nice, Michelle. I quite like that. Window Wonder craft along. Window Sheet Wonder. Oh, see, you guys are thinking very similar. Window Sheet Wonders. Window Sheet Wonders. Oh, and we've added an S, Denise. That sounds good too. Oh, I think we're going to get a good name between us all. All right. So what I want to do is I want to put, let me start. I'm going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock. And I've got a mark on it already. That's all right. That bit can go on the back. We don't care about that. And then I'm going to use my bone folder. Now, I came across a really, really great quote the other day, and I'm going to make a reel with it or something like that. It's a quote about how it's scientifically proven that creating something, whether it be cooking or a garden or crafting or whatever it is that it might be, is seriously good for your brain and what it actually does in your brain and how amazing therapy it is for anybody. And I think we all know that, right? But sometimes I think it's really great to hear it and have people, oh, Schwindo's wonderful. Yeah, I think maybe you need to slow down on that alcohol there, Cherie. Maybe through the window. Ooh, we've got some great names. I'm really liking them. I should ask you guys all the time. All right, so I've got some Tombow, I've got Seal. I can go either way with this, and I'm just going to glue this piece. Now, the color that I'm picking here for my background piece is Pebble Path, which is one of the new colors. It's like a medium soft brown, like a mocha. It's such a pretty color. I really, really like it. I think it goes with lots of things, and it is in this paper, even though it's not. You can see a little bit of it in here. That's also early espresso in there, but it still goes nicely with it anyway. And in the background, we've got Pool Party, and we've also got a bit of Lost Lagoon in here as well. All right, so this is going to end up on my card. Whoops, I've got a bit of glue hanging over the edge there, so let's just get that off. And that's going to end up on the front of my card like this. Isn't it beautiful? I have cut down a piece of 6 by 6. So if you're wondering about the measurements of this is 9 centimeters, 9 this way, and this way we are 13. Okay, so that means my piece of paper that I cut is 8.5 and 12.5. So it's 0.5 centimeter smaller than the back piece. All right, now that's going to end up on the front here. I'm just going to pop it to one side for a second, and I want to stamp my truck. So I'm going to grab just a scrap. And this is a photopolymer set, so it will help me to have a a mat underneath. Let me just see if I have one handy. If you can't find a mat, you can use a silicone mat, which will give you a bit of give, not as much as a paper piercing mat, but it actually will do the job. Hang on, I'll just grab one. Here we go. It does do better on a piercing mat. So we sell these. These are fantastic. I use mine all the time. Now I'm going to be stamping this. You can stamp the truck first. This is the color, the paint work for the truck, and this is the outline. I like to do the outline first, but you can go either way. So let's grab our little trucks, the outline and the paint bit, and I'm going to pop them on a block. I'm just going to use block H for this, but you could, I mean, any block that fits is fine. So it's a two-step set, and I do like a good two-step set because I think they look really, really cool. You can, this is the color for the truck. You can stamp, now in my original, I did stamp it with black ink. Okay, whoops, sorry. I showed you again. Sorry, Michelle. Oh, well, you're getting the picture now anyway. But I stamped it in black and then coloured it in the red. But you could also stamp it in the Pebble Path and colour it in the red. Should we do that? Should we colour it with, it won't make a lot of difference, but let's just do it. Either way works. And I've got my Pebble Path ink here. Now, I didn't put any bling on my original card, but we certainly can. So maybe we'll add that this time. And I've got a couple of options for bling as well. There we go. So that's the Pebble Path. It's a reasonably dark brown when you stamp it like this. It's not as dark as early espresso, but for this it doesn't matter. And I'm going to ink this up in the red. Now, see how there's, I'm going to show you this. Can you see how there is like little gaps in it? So that's like the light reflecting off the top of the mud guards, or the what do you call them? The wheel wells. I'm just going to ink it up again a bit better. But the good thing is that you can easily see them. So I want them, those reflections just below the line there. How are we doing? So there you go. And if it looks a little bit rickety there, like, you know, a bit of paintwork missing, I think that kind of adds to the character of the truck. It looks like it's an old beat up fabulous pickup truck, right? I'm going to clean that off because your photopolymer stamps stain very quickly when you use red ink, red or purple or pink. But if you clean them pretty quickly, they stain less. Eventually, I expect this truck, which, you know, red is a great color for a truck, I expect it to be completely stained. But right now, it's not too bad. Have I missed some comments? I'm so sorry if I have. Been concentrating. Window Weekender. That's a great name too, Jenny. Oh, that's okay, Cheryl. Never too late. All right. So now that we've got our truck, so I was thinking, seeing as we have Father's Day in September, this is a great set for Father's Day. Really, really cool. And super easy card too. I'll tell you, most of the men in my life, not all, but most, are not that interested in the cards. You know, they like that they get one and they appreciate that you made it, but they don't understand what goes into it. And so I don't like to go to too much trouble. I'm more likely to go to trouble for, you know, one of my girly friends. So my truck is kind of in front of the tree here. That's where it's going to end up. Okay. And we're going to stick it on a couple of dimensionals. So let me grab a couple of those. I mean, what an easy card is this? So easy. This is quick and easy card making, but cool. And it's just the right amount of effort for the man who wants to, who appreciates, you know, a good truck. It's the shine on a super polished vintage truck. Yes, it does seem like that, doesn't it? Reading your comment, Sheree, that's funny. Two-step let me say that again, Glenda. Two-step stamping does take the hard work out of coloring. Absolutely. Quick and easy. All right. I will be adding a sentiment, but I'm going to pop this on. Now, you could just stick it straight on. In fact, in this case, I think I will. Or if you wanted to, you could pop it on dimensionals and, you know, give it a little bit of shadow. That would look nice too. But in this case, I'm just going to stick it straight down. Totally up to you. This is I'm going to be doing this card in a class this week. So if any of my Hunter girls are watching, you'll be making this one. So now the thing about this, you want to get it centered. That's pretty good. And then give it a push down. I mean, super, super simple card making. Which one do you like best? I'm going to add a greeting and we're going to add some bling. Don't worry, Jody, if you're watching. If you're watching the replay, don't worry. We added bling. It's all good. All right. So this one does look like it could be snowing, but this one to me doesn't so much. It just looks like, I mean, if you're in the Blue Mountains or if you're in Snowy Mountains or Tasmania or somewhere where you do get snow in the bush, this is going to be right on the money. Yeah. So you don't have to be in North America or Europe to see snow in this way. All right. So I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to try. I don't know how. So let me see. I've got a couple of spares of this, but because the stamp that I'm using for this, the Father's Day stamp, is not photopolymer. So it may be tricky for me to get this on the block. Shall we try to get this on the label? So this label is actually one of the second smallest one from the Countryside Corners dies. They're new. Oh, and I just realized I put it on my Stamparatus. You know what? I'm going to use that. So here's the thing. We don't sell the Stamparatus anymore. Does everyone realize that? We don't. It's a bit sad. And I'm sad, you know, so you cannot buy. This is the only thing tonight that I'm using that you cannot buy. Everything else is available for sale, but this one isn't. Okay. So I'm going to pop this in here and I'm going to use this. I'm not getting rid of, I do actually have two Stamparatuses. I'm going to probably get rid of one, but the other one I'm going to hang on to because it's such a good tool. I don't want to live without my Stamparatus. So let me grab my, okay, this is not good for dry July, people. I've misplaced my Pebble Path ink pad, which I just had. You guys know I just had it because I used it to stamp the truck. So where did it go? It's here somewhere. How could it go? How do I do this, people? Does anyone know the answer to, I mean, I've got the red, that's here. And I've got the punch. I've got the stamps. Where did my Pebble Path ink pad go? Oh, here it is. Found it. It's in the box where it's supposed to be. Oh, somebody might have got a sneak peek of the next card then. I know I'm a bit prepared tonight. Like, I'm not normally this prepared. And I think sometimes you guys prefer it when I'm not, because then we come up with a card together and you guys tell me, you know, what to do and where. But tonight I'm wanting to show you what I've been working on. So tonight's a little bit different. All right, there we have a Father's Day honor greeting. Put that back in the bag. All right. So this one is from the Here's All That, which is one of our in the annual catalogue. Okay, it's this one, wishing you a happy Father's Day. And we do actually have a couple of stamp sets that have got Father's Day. There's also there's another one. I'm just trying to remember, the one with the fishing set, the Let's Go Fishing. That one also has a Father's Day stamp. So if you're looking for a Father's Day one, you'll find. Is it Let's Go Fishing? I think it is. Let me see. No, not Let's Go Fishing. What, does anyone know what it's called? something fishing. If I go looking, I'm just going to try and find it, but I might just see it as I scroll through because I know the stamp. You know, the easy thing to do would be to look up Go Fishing. Thanks, Anita. Thank you. Gone, and it's Gone Fishing. No, Let's Go Fishing is the name of the paper. I'm after the name of the stamp set. It's called Gone Fishing, and it's on page 79. Yes, Gone Fishing, Lynn, you're right. So 79, and Denise also got it right. So this one. So it's got a Happy Father's Day in there as well. You see that? So there's a couple places that you could grab a Father's Day greeting if you need one for September. So it's the first Sunday in September. That's when it is here in Australia. What about New Zealand? When do you guys, are yours the same as ours, Michelle? Is New Zealand the same as Australia when it comes to, anyway, I don't know. So I'm going to pop this up here over this corner. I'm going to whack a couple of dimensionals on the back, and then we're going to put some bling on it and call it a finished card. How about that? That would be nice, Cherie. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'd be in that. All right. Okay, so we have a couple of choices now when it comes to bling. I've got some brush metallic adhesive back dots. We've got gold, copper, and bronze. I'm thinking the bronze would look really good maybe with this. And then the other one, here's the two. And you guys can also let me know which one you prefer. They're almost identical. They just have a different background. So there's those brushed adhesive ones, brush metallic, sorry. I've also got, we've got these little rustic metallic adhesive dots. Those are good as well. Those would work. We could add just good old black dots. And I think that's all I pulled out. I thought that those ones were all pretty good when it came to color. Oh, color the tires. Yes. Sorry, I meant to do that. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. So this one you can see I colored the tires down the bottom. I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to use the thin end of my black. And I find it really kind of amusing when you have blends. If you have black blends, there's a dark black and a light black, and they're both just black. Do you remember that once upon a time there was an ad? I don't know what they were selling, so it wasn't very successful for me. But do you remember that somebody like a teenager saying, somebody said something about black, and the teenager or whoever it was in the ad said, "Got any blacker?" And that's what this reminds me of. So, all right, so there we go. What was the response to the dots? Love your thoughts. Jenny was first. She said she liked the brushed metallic dots. Soft succulent sofa. Well, soft succulent would mean it's retired, wouldn't it? So the closest color to that now is Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon is very similar, but very similar to soft succulent. Thank you for reminding me to color my tires. That's awesome. Monique said rustic dots, and so did Leslie, but Jenny was first. So she said she liked the brush metallic dots. So I'm going to go, but which ones will we go? Will we go with the bronze? I'm thinking the bronze. There's also copper and there's also gold. So, I don't know. Which ones do you think? Which ones do we like? I've ordered more of these too, so that's always good. I know, very sad about fantails. Did everyone hear that? Cherie just brought up a very painful subject, that fantails are being discontinued. They're no longer viable, apparently. Bronze, says Monique. Okay, bronze it is. That's this slightly greeny looking one here. So let's add. I'm not sure where I want to have them. I think I want them to be over in this area here. So I'm thinking maybe here, and then maybe one up on the, there we go, about there. What do you think? Do we like that placement, or anyone want to argue with me about that, or do we think it's okay? Let me try the same over here. So I'm kind of highlighting the greeting. because we want them to know that it's a happy Father's Day. That's funny, Jenny. All right, so card number 1 is done. Was it worth the surprise, Michelle, or do you wish or did you look? All right, so that's the first one tonight. Very, very simple, but I wanted to show you how nice it is to punch that little truck. I just think it's fantastic, and I think it's super, super useful. Very, very versatile, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. I will be showing you more with that. Like I said, I've got one of my cards for Craft Along uses the truck punch, and I love that card. I think it turned out so, so nice. I've got another really cool idea for the truck, and if I get it organized, I might have it for you on Sunday night. If not, it'll be next weekend, but you're really going to like it. Okay, that's the first one. All right, second one. Do we want to, okay, same again. If you don't want a surprise, then if you do want a surprise, then you want to look away now. Okay, look away. This is the next one. All right, now this one, I'm actually going to be using a new set again, and the new set is called So Very Merry. Okay, this is, no, not all Father's Day. So this one is definitely Christmas, okay? But, you know, how Christmassy it is totally up to you. It is kind of like a stained glass look. These 2 big circles here, these match the 2 3/8 inch punch, okay? So, of course, you looked. Still fun. That's good. Good. I didn't want to spoil the surprise, though. Yeah, I agree. It probably doesn't need bling. Yeah, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, this card, all right, this one I've used the little birdie. Okay, so it's like a little stained glass birdie. Super, super cute. And then we've also got this little stained glass kind of Hansel and Gretel cottage, little gingerbread house. And then there's some bells, and then the Santa and the angel. So it's those 2 there that match the 2 3/8 inch punch, which is a new punch that we had fairly recently. So not this one, that's the 2 inch. I must have got my 2 3/4 inch, 2 3/8 inch punch out. I must have put that out on the table, so it's not there. I'm not using it tonight anyway, so that's fine. But we're gonna make this card, and it's a really, really easy, simple card. Okay, I think you'll like it. I was just thinking, did I actually cut the circle in advance? But maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I am not sure. So I'm using, for a change, Very Vanilla cardstock. This is the thick, because Very Vanilla and white both come in the thicker cardstock. I've used some of the distressed gold, and I've cut it out with the tailored tag punch dies, which I really, really like. I use them a lot. And then, so this set is a new online exclusive set, not in a catalog, only available to see online, or if I show you, which I just did. So there you go. And then we've got something else that's new. This is also an online exclusive product. This is red and gold dotted ribbon. Super, super nice. Can you see how nice this is? They've got like shiny, shiny dots. I'm trying to get it close up so you can see the texture. It's really nice. Ties quite nicely. As you can see, I've got it sitting here at the top of my tag. Turned out really nice. And in fact, the ribbon really, without this card, as nice as it is, it would be nothing without the ribbon. Okay, the ribbon really makes the card, in my opinion. So that's a nice thing to have. And I'm just looking to see. I use this tailored tag, which is the largest of the tailored tag punches. Dies. That's the biggest one. And I'm going to be, first off, doing what I always do, which is folding my vanilla piece in half. So this is standard size cards. So that means I have measured my piece here to be 14.8 centimeters long this way, and this is the full width of an A4 cardstock piece, which means it's 21 centimeters wide. So when you fold it in half, that means now our front is 10.5 centimeters across, okay, which is half of 21, of course. So there's a little bit of maths. I shouldn't say that because I scare everybody when I say that, and I am the least mathematically inclined person. I was talking to Margaret Gordon the other day, and she was saying we can't be good at everything. And I said, well, that's good because I'm a good speller, but I'm not very good at maths. And she said she's not a good speller and she is good at maths. So I'm giving away all your secrets, Margaret. But we make a good team if we are each good at something, right? Okay. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jenny. That's not good. But just I come across a lot of people who don't have their fathers around anymore. And that is super, super sad. But most of us have got people in our lives who are fathers, even if they're not our own fathers. So I still work with Father's Day. So, for example, you might have a son or even a grandson who's a father. You might be a father to fur babies, cats or dogs or people or godchildren, or there's lots of other things other than our own fathers. And I know not everyone is lucky enough to have their own father with them, but there are probably men in your lives that are certainly fathers and would still appreciate being remembered on Father's Day. Can I show the back side of the ribbon? Yeah, it's like it's embroidered, so you can see that's what the back side looks like. So the one side you got the dots and the other side you've got the embroidered side. So you could either glue it down, which looks really, really good. I tied mine and then just made sure that the one side, because I glue dotted this down, but I made sure that that I twisted this piece so that it sits flat and has the gold dots facing up. So good at spelling. Yeah. I was always more of an English history student than I was maths and science. And I guess everyone has their own thing, right? Well, tonight I'm going to do, that's a good question. Actually, I could do maybe the bells. The only thing is, this is for a class, so I'm doing 2 samples. I always do 2 samples for my classes because it's a big class. I've got 15 people coming on Wednesday. And so that means everybody can have their choice of bells or birds. If I do the bells or the little house, a couple of people asking for different things. Donna said do the little house. Kelly said do the bells. What do you think? I know it's a nice set, Cherie. It really is. So, but the ribbon, I just love it. So, so good. There you go. Anita's saying she makes Father's Day cards for all the male members of my family as I no longer have a dad alive. There you go. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I'm sorry to hear that, Anita. I am very much aware that I'm very blessed to have my dad still in my life. In fact, he was 90 on Wednesday, 2 days ago. So I'm feeling very blessed to still have him. That's right. Denise is saying she doesn't have her father here anymore, but she can still celebrate all the other fathers that are here. That's right. And Donna said the same. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Sorry to hear that, guys. Bells, bird, bells. Well, can anyone imagine why I'm particularly keen to have I like the bird. The bird is my favorite, obviously. Cookie would have it no other way. But we can do a different one for this class. So we have bells, we have birds. Who was first? And then Glenda's saying bells. Kelly said bells. Donna said the house. I think Donna's first. I know. Do we think the bells would look better on this card or the house? I'm just deciding. I'm thinking maybe for this card the bells would work better. So I'm going to grab a little circle because I've already cut one. In fact, I cut a couple. And I'm just going to pop that there. And then I've also got the black and this paper. Now, this paper is called Naturally Gilded. And it's called that. And it's also an online exclusive paper. So I've got this one here. It's got a vanilla base, which is why I'm using, because this has got vanilla with the gold foiling. Isn't it pretty? Can you see that? It's really, really beautiful. You can sponge over it, sponge other colors. And there's other colors in the pack too. So, for example, So this is still available here in Australia. I don't know if it is elsewhere, but here it's still available. $17.50. You get 2 sheets of each design. So you have 2 sheets of the gold with the vanilla background. You have 2 sheets of the silver with the white background. And then you have 2 sheets of my personal favorite, 2 sheets of the copper with the white background. Okay, so it's 12 by 12. So really, really lovely paper. If you haven't gone and had a look at that, if you're wondering how to find them, when you go onto the online store, if you click on the menu and click the shop products button, when you click shop products, all the different categories, and the category that you're looking for is online exclusives. So that's the one, and you'll see this paper in there. It's on the second page because all the new stuff is on the first page. And this has been around for a few months now. So I've cut this to size. So I could get more out of a pack. I cut this to be 3 inches because if I cut it right at the 3-inch mark, that means I get 4 across, right? So that gets me more out of a pack. And then I've made it, I believe it's, let me have a quick look. I will tell you, let me grab my trimmer. All right, so I've made the I've made this 8 centimeters wide and 12.5 long, and this is 3 inches or just 7.6 centimeters. Okay, so it's 4 millimeters smaller than the 8 that I made the black, and so this is 12.1, which is 4 millimeters smaller than the length. So I try and whatever, if I take some off one end, I take it off the other side as well. So I'm going to glue this on to this black piece. You could also, after I did this, I thought to myself, I could have also maybe done an early espresso piece rather than black, because I didn't put black anywhere else here. I could have done black for the bird, the stamping, but I didn't. So the only black on there is actually the backing piece here. And usually I like to echo a color somewhere else in the card, but I didn't. So, but you could certainly, if you wanted to stamp this, say, in early espresso ink, then you could possibly use early espresso at the back here as well, and it would work. I'm just missing comments. I'm so sorry. I just realized that there's more comments and I missed some. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. It's a lovely tribute to your dad, Leslie. Yeah, that's right, Ellen. Yep, Cookie's the reason that I like the birds. Oh, you like the house as well, Michelle? Yeah. I don't know which one to go with. So this is going to go in the middle. How nice is the distressed gold paper? And it gives that real vintage look. It's really lovely. I really, really like it. All right, so I'm going to be stamping on to this vanilla. So this is one of the stitched stylish shapes, which is one of the circles in that set. And so yeah, I'm thinking maybe the thing is, I'm probably going to want to use these colors. So I used a bit of red. I mean, we could do the bird again if you wanted to. I did a bit of red because I wanted to tie that into the ribbon. Okay. And then I've got soft suede. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? No, we don't. We have crumb cake for the coloring on him, and also a little bit for the leaves. And I did his tail red as well. And I used old olive for the leaves. So I'm just deciding. Everyone's talking. Yeah, I know. The DSPs are lovely, aren't they, Michelle? Really, really nice. No, the 2 3/8 punch, the biggest one, Glenda. So I do really like the angel, and we'll be doing something with that another time. The Santa's probably the one I like the least. Oh, I don't know. Bells or house? Bells or house? I can't decide. Oh, well. I wonder if the house might be a tiny bit big. Tiny bit. Actually, the bells are a better fit on the circle. So they're the ones. That's what we're going with. And I'm going to use block B. And I could use Memento to stamp it, but I used espresso, so that's what I'm going to use again. It's just a bit softer. And because it's a photopolymer stamp, once again, I'm going to whack a matte underneath to get the best image I can. So let's pop that on there. And then we get to decide what colour we want to colour it in. Now I'm thinking I'm going to stick with similar colours to before, only because I think it goes really, really well. So I think maybe we'll use some red on the bow at the top. So I've got real red there. And I think I used the lighter one. I didn't use the darker one, but I could use both on this. And then maybe we'll use the, I can't really do gold because I don't have blends in gold. But we could go with maybe some daffodil and some crumb cake. So let's try those. I did like the green, the olive on this one. But let's just see how this works. I'll do the, I'm using the thin end of this because it's quite small pieces and we don't want to have it too going over too much. So I've said this before, the secret with your blends is to go very lightly, super, super lightly. It's almost like you're floating the color over the top of the paper. All right, let's try that. Not much of a fan, Michelle. I'm so sorry, but here we go. We've got it, and I'm hoping that we can do some nice things with it that you will like. I've got a few ideas in my head of things I want to do. So my understanding is it's sold out in the US almost straight away. Not here, but in the US it has. But then nearly everything did sell out very, very quickly over there. They have that panic stations when anything new comes out, I think. So I'm not real sure about, I'm going to start, I think, just with crumb cake here on the top of the bill. Maybe a darker. I'm going to go darker underneath here. And the little, I'm going to try with the yellow. It's either going to wreck it or it's going to look good. I don't know which one. What do you think? Is that all right? Add a bit of colour up the top there as well. Yeah, I think it's okay. Kind of gives the idea of it being golden, maybe. Well, that's the plan anyway. But colour underneath to create a bit of a look of shadow. And then a bit of gold or a bit of yellow. I keep on seeing that you won't buy it, Donna. That's okay. You don't have to. All right. So we're getting closer to where we need to be. So this is my tag. This is going to end up, but I'm going to be working with the ribbon. So I think that kind of gives the idea that they look a little bit golden. I hope it does. That was what I was going for anyway. And I'm going to tie a bow with this. It ties pretty well. It's a thick-ish ribbon, but it doesn't tie badly. So see how this side's dotty and this side's the back? So I turned this in the other way so that I'd have the dots on the outside. You can kind of manipulate it. And then twisted this one so that most of that was showing dots as well. So I'm going to get my fingers in there and kind of, so like I've often said, ribbons and bows need to be worked at. You don't get perfect straight away. You've really got to work them to be what you want them to be. And sometimes it can take a little bit of time, and you just keep working at it until you get it to the shape or the look that you want. All right, so this is sort of coming together. I'll twist it into shape and grab my ribbon scissors. Right. So that's going to be part of this. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to put this here, right here. It's going to be in the middle. So I've got about the same amount of distance here as I do at the bottom. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. Now, the nice thing about, I'm very excited that they have given us a couple of Christmas sets, even though, you know, not many or any of that, but because the catalogue, the next, like the holiday catalogue doesn't come out. Well, that's a little bit crooked. Let me fix it. Doesn't come out until September. So this is fantastic to have some Christmas things that people can start putting to work now and actually get ahead and get a start on your Christmas stuff, even though we don't have a holiday catalogue out until September. There we go. So now we have our ribbon at the top. Doesn't look good. All right. Now, the other thing, and I haven't cut this yet, is I put this wishing you a festive Christmas, and you're thinking, well, where is that in this set? It isn't, okay? And the reason that I decided to use this was I wanted something that would fit onto a banner because that was the right shape here. And most of these, I would love to use them on another card, but on the bottom of the tag, these ones weren't going to work. Well, they just weren't going to work for me. So I wanted a straight greeting, and I wanted it to fit on this tag. So I grabbed myself, and I'm going to do it right now, my good old stylish shapes, and I cut myself a very vanilla stylish shape. And I'm just going to cut it really quickly. And what I usually do when I'm going to be stamping onto a shape, unless I stamp first and then cut, which is actually really smart to do it that way, but I didn't, is I usually cut 2 pieces at a time. So if I make a mess of one, I've got to back up. All right, so just a little word of advice. If you're going to pre-cut your shapes, you might want to cut 2 just in case. All right, so I'm going to use whatever stamp I just used for the stamp we just did, the bell, wherever that's gone. There it is under there. It's going to go sort of on here. Okay, we're going to use the same ink pad. And I'm going to get my truck set again because that's where my greeting came from. See this wishing you a festive Christmas? That's the one I used. So I'm going to pop that here on my grid paper. And will fit on one of these blocks actually. Or you can put it on a bigger block if you choose. But this is block I. Sorry, it isn't. It's block G. I is the really, really big one. This is the small one. Well, I have to get my head in the way. My apologies, because I need to get over it. Get over it, Linda. All right. So I don't know if I got that quite in the right place, but that's okay. I have backup. Oh, no, it's good. Yay. All right. So it's the same as this one. I'm going to be putting it across here. All right. So this is actually going to go just above the little dots. So you can still see the dots at the bottom of the tag. And I actually stuck it straight on. And then I put this one on dimensionals. So you don't have to have them all popped up on dimensionals. If you only have one or two elements on dimensionals, usually that's enough. You don't need to do everything unless you want to. If you want to, go for it. You know, you can use a fork as a bow maker too. All right, so this is going to go just above that, just like this. So it's like just over this edge, and we're going to pop it on dimensionals because we can. And I'm going to put 3. 2 or 3 is usually fine on the back of here. Let's pop it so it goes a little bit over the edge. A little bit over the edge of the tag, sticking off here to the right. There we go. Now this bit goes in the middle of my card. We'll have to add our bling, and I've used the brush metallics on that one. Shall we do the same? I think it looks good. This time I used the gold ones. They look really nice. You could use different ones, I guess, but I thought those gold brushed adhesive dots, the brush metallic dots they're called, and I love them. I use them a lot. I put one on this side and one on the other side just so it doesn't sag on that long edge. You could with a glue pen and flakes. It would turn out a little different. I actually bought, you know, I told one of my watchers a few weeks ago that I will do an upcoming video with the flakes because I haven't done anything with it for a while. And do you think I could find my flakes? Couldn't find them anywhere. So instead, I have bought more. They're on their way, and then I'll be making something with the gold flakes. So you look out for that. That'll be upcoming. All right. So what do you think? Did you like this? What do you think of my card? Do you think it's a cool card? Very shiny. It's got lots of shine on it and a lot of fun. There you go. Yeah, you guys are getting you like the bell, Ellen. Well, that's good to know because I thought I really only liked the birdie on this card, but I think I hadn't planned on using the bell, but I do like it now I've used it. Yep. You need 4 prongs. Okay, so just be careful because if you go, you can even use a garden fork, but they've got to have the right number of prongs. And when I went to Bunnings to try and get one, I had to search for the right one. So, yeah, a fork is good. Yep, there's a few different ways. The other thing is I very often tie bows upside down. I find that works well for me. I don't know why. Yes, it is a huge market. That's right, Michelle. And that's why they seem to sell out of things so fast over there. They just can't get them in fast enough. Yes, that's on my list of things to do. So look out for that, Katrina, with the vellum and the embossing. You are correct. That's a great, it's called the stained glass technique. I think it's almost made for this set. So there you go. So do we like them? I don't have one handy, and I don't really want to leave you sitting here for that long while I go find one out in the other part of the house. Maybe we'll do bow tying with a fork another night. Plus, it's been a while since I did it, and I might not be able to get it right. I'll need to do it again. It's been a while. I did a whole class with it at one point, but oh, we didn't put our brush metallic dots on. All right, let me grab them. I wanted to use these ones, so I put one here and then a little guy up here and another one just here. There we go, just like that. And now they're the same, except one's a bell, one's a bird. All right, so how do we go tonight? We've got a couple of cards. So this was the one I'd already done, and this is the one I did tonight. Can you guys see how that looks like a gum tree? I think it does. A really big old gum tree in the bush. I really, really like it. And then we also have a couple of Christmas cards to get started with Christmas. Other things that have come this week, you might have seen I posted a card this morning with the Timeless Charm bundle. And I haven't used I have used the dies, but I didn't use the dies in that card. but that's this one, this stamp set, and the matching dies for that. So that also has just been released. Really, really nice. Yeah, what do you think? Do we like these for Father's Day? Are they good Father's Day cards? Oh, that's exciting, Heather. Did you go to Claire's thing, did you? Because I know Claire was on her way. I don't know whether it was actually she had organised. I'm not sure who organised it, but I know she was on her way into Melbourne to get organised for that. How exciting. Yes, you can use your fingers if you want to do larger bows. Garden forks are really, really good for large bows. That is so exciting. So exciting. We did see her, of course. I had a really nice chat to her on the boat when we were over in on the boat to Norway, which was fantastic. So that was really nice. I think a snow gum is right, Marilyn. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what this reminds me of. I think that's really nice. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like them. So just bear in mind that we have a whole bunch of new things. You can go online and have a look at them if you want to. And I'm going to give you my, I'll put it up on the screen now. This is my blog address, lhiggins.blogspot.com. And when you go there, there's a button that says shop now. Okay. If you go to the shop now button, don't worry, it's not going to take any money off you or anything like that, unless you choose to actually proceed and buy something. But if you just want to have a look, you can go in there, hit the shop now button, and it takes you to the online store. And then once you're in the online store, you can look around. So you click on the menu, go shop products, and that's where you can see the online exclusives in there. And they're not in a catalog anywhere. Everything else you see is in a catalog except for two things. The online exclusives are not. Oh, actually three things. The kits are not. The kits are also only online, and the kits are fantastic. And the third thing that is only online is the clearance rack. And guess what? They updated the clearance rack last week. So it's all been refreshed, and there's some brand new things in there that are super, super cheap. So if you want to go and check them all out, that's where you go to see what it is that is in there. So the clearance rack is great. The clearance rack will get you some really great bargains on retired items. The kits are fantastic. You will love them. And if you're looking for something really fun to do with kids, or you just want something really quick and simple to do yourself, the kits are probably for you. There's all-inclusive kits that include stamp sets, ink, a block, everything to make all the cards, even the envelopes and everything. They're all in there. And then there's also, of course, the online exclusives, which includes these items. So I hope that that's been enjoyable tonight. I hope that you really loved it. I enjoyed showing you and coming up with a couple more cards from now. I've got 2 samples for each of my cards at class, which is great. When you've got 15 people, you need more than one sample, right? You need one for one end of the table and one end for the other end of the table. So yay, I'm all sorted. All right, guys, I'll be back on Sunday night, and I will be, let me quickly go back to me so you can see me for a second. Da-da-da. There I am. And on Sunday night, I will be back, and looking forward to showing you some more fun things. If anyone has any requests or anything that you particularly wanted to see, then, you know, you can ask. You can either ask here in the comments, or you can send me a message. You can, you know, you can ask on our group as well. So I hope you really enjoyed these, and I will see you again on Sunday night. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever it is you're doing. See you soon. Bye-bye.